The opening credits roll on a bright white screen as a young couple playfully romp under the covers. Alicia, a gorgeous blonde, proposes an alternative to her partner's planned mountain climb, and they exchange some light-hearted banter before Will Traynor prepares for work. He takes a shower, dresses up, and departs from his sleek and brightly lit apartment, grabbing his motorcycle helmet as he heads out. While rushing through the rain and conducting business on his phone, he inadvertently steps into the path of an oncoming motorcycle, and the screen fades to black. In a small town, Louisa Lou Clark works at a cafe dressed in brightly colored and somewhat childlike outfits, trying to please customers with her cheerful banter. When the cafe closes down, she receives her last paycheck and heads home. Her steady boyfriend, Patrick, suggests she try a fixed-term caregiver and companion job for a disabled man, which has been offered multiple times and pays well. Lou prepares for a job interview with the help of her mother, who dresses her in clothes from the 1980s. Despite their tight fit, Lou bravely takes the bus to the Traynor family estate. As she approaches the impressive old stone building, a professional-looking nurse exits while Camilla Traynor awaits her at the entrance. Nervous and ill-prepared, Lou stumbles through the interview, even ripping her skirt. Camilla reveals that the job is to care for her son, Will, who was injured in a road accident and now requires constant supervision due to quadriplegia. Despite Lou's lack of experience, Camilla offers her the job based on a positive reference from her previous employer. Camilla leads Lou to the annex where Will resides, emphasizing the importance of not leaving him alone for more than 15 minutes. The apartment is modern and stylish but dark and sterile, furnished in dark gray and natural wood. Camilla introduces Lou to Will, who sits motionless in his electric wheelchair with long hair and an untrimmed beard. Lou is horrified when he makes loud and articulate noises, and Camilla reprimands him sharply. Will then introduces himself in flawless tones but makes a pointed remark about her torn skirt. Nathan, the Australian nurse, talks Lou through Will's care regime and equipment. Lou's family is surprised but delighted when they learn she has landed a job with the wealthy Traynors. On her first day at work, Lou meets Nathan, who shows her Will's care schedule and assures her he will be available if she needs help. Lou's attempts to cheer up Will are met with sarcasm and bitterness, and he eventually asks her to be quiet in his presence. Lou continues to wear colorful and childlike outfits to work each day, but Will mostly ignores her or makes hurtful comments. One day, Will's ex-girlfriend Alicia and his best friend Rupert visit him to announce their engagement. Later, Lou finds Will's framed photos scattered on the floor and rushes to clean up the broken glass. During a conversation with her boyfriend Patrick, Lou is disappointed to learn that their holiday destination is Norway, and that he plans to participate in a triathlon with his friends. He condescendingly suggests they can do some sightseeing afterward. At work, Lou attempts to mend the broken frames of Will's pictures, which Will admits that he broke the pictures intentionally and asks her to stay away from him. Lou, losing her patience and good humor, tells him off for his behavior and makes it clear that she does not like him but is there because she needs the money. Will quietly asks her to put the pictures in a drawer and withdraws to his lounge. On another morning, Will asks Lou to put on a French film with subtitles, which she assumes is about men. Will sarcastically tells her it's French gay porn, but Lou remains polite and sits down to watch it with him. As she becomes completely absorbed in the film, Will begins to shoot her intermittent glances and they eventually have a friendly conversation. Later, Nathan informs Lou that Will is in a good mood and laughed at one of her naive blunders, which is the first time he has laughed in a long time. Lou is thrilled and smiles to herself. Lou accompanies Will to a routine checkup at the hospital where Nathan explains to her the severity of Will's injuries and how he will never be able to move more than his head and a few fingers. Lou is shocked by this realization. Later, Patrick takes Lou to the cinema but chooses a movie without consulting her. The next day, Lou arrives at the Traynor residence to find Will's father Stephen there, mentioning that Will has a slight chill and that his wife is away. When Lou checks on Will, she notices that he looks pale and ill. Nathan arrives later to attend to Will, and Lou notices a large scar on the inside of his wrist. As Nathan leaves to attend to another patient, Lou stays with Will and watches a video of him doing daring action stunts on her laptop. They talk and share stories, and eventually, Will asks Lou to shave him. In the garden of the Traynor estate, Will encourages Lou to expand her horizons and live life to the fullest, and surprises her by asking her to shave him. Lou carefully shaves Will's beard in the bathroom, marveling at his handsome face as it is revealed. Will opens his eyes and grins widely, pleased with the result. In the main residence, Lou overhears an argument between Will's parents about assisted suicide. Camilla is shocked that her husband is willing to help their son end his life, but he reminds her that it is Will's wish and that he would rather assist him than have him attempt it alone. Lou is stunned and leaves without a word, feeling betrayed by the family she thought she was helping. She confides in her sister Trina, who suggests that Lou should make Will's last days happy and try to change his mind about ending his life. Lou researches activities to do with Will and proposes them to his parents, who approve. Excited about her plans, Lou bounces into the annex and tells Nathan and Will that they are going to the races. The outing starts poorly with the wheelchair getting stuck in mud, but Lou continues to plan more activities, including a Mozart concert. Trina reminds Lou that she is going on a date with Will, suggesting she wear her red dress. Over a webcam, Lou discusses the concert dress with Trina, who encourages her to see it as a date with Will. Despite her reservations about his choice to end his life, Lou is determined to make his last days meaningful and happy. Lou arrives at the annex dressed in a striking red dress with a pink scarf around her neck. Nathan is helping Will get dressed in a tuxedo and black tie when they see her. Will spins his wheelchair around and tells Lou to remove the scarf, admiring her décolletage. At the concert, Lou removes a tag from Will's collar with her teeth, drawing attention from onlookers. During the concert, Lou is in a state of rapture, and Will watches her out of the corner of his eye. After the concert, Lou parks the car and Will teases her, telling her to wait in the car to feel like a man who has been to a concert with a woman in a red dress for a little longer. During a picnic, Lou tells Will that her parents and Patrick want to meet him, but she has declined as she knows he dislikes meeting strangers and eating in public. Will surprises her by saying he will come if she wants him to. At Lou's birthday dinner with her family and Patrick, Will reacts with charm and wit to uncomfortable topics of conversation. Patrick presents Lou with a necklace with a silver heart inset with the letters of his name, while Will quietly tells her he has a present for her in his bag. It turns out to be a box containing a pair of full-size yellow and black striped tights that Lou is insanely excited about. Will looks handsome as he laughs with her, and Patrick looks on gloomily. As Nathan prepares to take Will home, they all gather to say goodbye. Will graciously thanks Lou's family, and Lou's mother kisses him on the cheek. Before leaving, Will makes a pointed remark directed at Patrick, who takes the bait and responds. Will delivers a cutting parting shot, complimenting Patrick on having a girlfriend who gives a great bed bath. Patrick is left speechless as Lou's father praises Will's wit. The next day, Lou arrives at the annex with a brochure of various events they could attend, but Will shows her an invitation to Alicia and Rupert's wedding that has arrived in the post. As Lou stops talking, Will quietly asks if he can take her somewhere. They go to a ruined castle on the Trainer estate. Will leads the way through the ruins and up the ramparts, telling Lou about his first kiss in that spot. He then accelerates up a steep ramp in his wheelchair, leaving Lou out of breath and worried. When Lou asks him about his favorite place, he tells her about a street cafe in Paris, but declines her suggestion to go there, saying he only wants to be there as his old, fit and healthy self. He mentions various indignities he would rather not endure and spoil the memory. He then invites her to Alicia's wedding and asks if she will come with him. Lou agrees to go. When Lou returns home, her mother is dressed up and ready to go out, and her father bursts into the room, excitedly telling her that he has been offered a job as head of maintenance crew at the castle by Will's father. Lou is worried that it could create an awkward dynamic between her and Will, but he doesn't see it as a problem. He also adds that it will give Lou a chance to spread her wings when her job with him is finished, as her family won't have to rely on her income anymore. While Lou is at work in the annex, a man in a business suit comes to the door and asks for Mr. Trainer. Will asks Lou to leave as he meets with the man, who takes papers out of his briefcase. Lou Googles his name and finds out he is an attorney specializing in wills, leaving her horrified. Lou and Will attend Alicia's wedding. Will is melancholy as he watches Alicia walk down the aisle. Freddie, his former colleague, comes over. Will tells Lou that Freddie is a nice guy and that he fancies her. During the reception, Joanna Lumley introduces herself to Lou as the godmother of the bride and encourages her to get drunk. Lou climbs onto Will's lap and they dance together. Will confesses to Lou that most days she is the only reason he wants to get out of bed. They decide to leave the reception and spend the night in a hotel together. The next day, they return home and Nathan reprimands Will for not taking better care of himself. Lou and Patrick argue about her prioritizing her work for Will over their holiday plans. Lou receives a message that Will is in the hospital with pneumonia. When she arrives, she finds Nathan, Will's father, and Camilla sitting outside his room in the ICU. Will's father tells her that this is his fourth bout of pneumonia, and the previous one nearly killed him. Lou spends the night at the hospital with Will, and in the morning, she returns to the annex to cancel their planned trip. Nathan arrives with medication and sits down at the kitchen counter with Lou. She asks him if he knows about Will's plan to end his life in Switzerland, and Nathan confirms that he does. He tries to explain how much pain Will is in, despite his efforts to hide it from Lou, and how difficult his life has become. Lou asks Nathan if he would accompany them on the trip if the doctors approve it, and Nathan agrees, but only if Will wants it himself. At her home, Patrick has prepared a candlelit dinner to make up for their previous argument. When he sees the brochure for the trip, he becomes jealous and accuses Lou of planning a honeymoon with two men. Lou is firm that she is putting Will first and Patrick leaves. Lou, Will, and Nathan travel to a luxury beach resort on a private jet. Lou and Will encourage Nathan to spend time with the woman, assuring him that they will be fine. One night, Lou walks across Will's room to close the French doors, and he asks her to leave them open so he can see the lightning. As they kiss, there is more lightning and the power goes out. Will books Lou on a scuba diving tour, despite her objections, and she resurfaces ecstatic. At night, Lou dances on the beach under the stars, and Will watches her from the end of a boardwalk. Lou walks towards him and sits on his knees. Will tells her that he needs to share something with her, and she admits that she knows about his plan to end his life in Switzerland. Lou suggests that she can make him happy, but Will firmly says that he can never accept his life as it is now, and he doesn't want to be the cause of any regrets she might have later in life. He asks her to travel with him to Switzerland and be with him until the end. Lou is heartbroken and tells Will that she loves him and needs him, but cannot go through with his request to end his life. She runs away, leaving Will calling after her. The mood on their trip back to England is subdued, and they do not speak. Lou covers Will with a blanket while he sleeps on the plane and watches him, feeling torn. Back in England, Lou declines an invitation to eat with the trainers and rushes home on a bus. Her mother approves of her decision not to accompany Will to Switzerland and forbids her from being involved in what she considers to be murder. The next day, Lou learns that the trainers have left for Switzerland without her. She realizes that she has made a mistake and decides to go to Switzerland to see Will. When Lou arrives at the clinic, Will's wheelchair is abandoned in a corner outside his room. She enters the room and sees Will's parents, who greet her warmly and give her some time alone with him. They share a tender moment together, and Will asks Lou to call in his parents. The camera shows a close-up of Will's hand on top of Lou's, his thumb caressing her gently. The scene then shifts to Lou sitting outside a coffee shop in Paris, reading a letter from Will. His voice is heard in a voiceover, instructing her to sit at that particular spot and giving her instructions on starting a new life. The letter ends with a declaration of his eternal love for her. Lou gets up, wearing her signature yellow and black striped tights, and walks across the bridge to buy the perfume Will had recommended. The scene ends with Lou walking away, starting a new chapter in her life.